So ultimately, the appeal is going to pay for itself over time.
Right.
You know, at some point, I feel that we'll be in a position to pay $1 million for an interview.
Jesus.
You know, $100,000 for an interview. There's already been discussions around that.
Wow.
Right. Although we have them, there's never been deals that have been like we've never. There's no interviews that are out that we paid that much.
Who's
for.
worth $1 million? Who's even close?
Who's worth $1 million?
$1 million?
An OJ tell-all.
Okay. Yeah. Damn.
An OJ tell-all, talking about the exactly what happened in the murder, his role in it, which he kind of did in the book. If I did it, remember?
I heard about it. Yeah.
I read it. I read passages from the book.
Was it disturbing? Did it feel like it was actually what happened?
Somewhat. I don't know how. I mean, he talked about the night of the murder. I guess there was another person involved in the killing of his wife and the other guy, Ron Goldman. You know, for OJ to sit down and say, "I'm going to tell you exactly what happened at every point in detail."
If you wanted to be in the conversation, $1 million probably is where you're gonna have to be at, because that's what fucking TV networks and shit might be offering, right?
Well, we've had a conversation with OJ's guy. Like, I talked. Me and OJ were DMing. Essentially.
I DM'd him too. That's funny.
Yeah.
And I got a nice civil response. Who knows if it was him or an assistant, but saying I'm not doing interviews at this time, but I'll let you know.
Well, he actually referred the guy that handles that, and me and the guy had a conversation, and we were talking about doing the interview, and we were talking about in the 6 digits, but his thing was that OJ doesn't want to talk about the entire year that the whole murder occurred. He just wants that taken out of the conversation.
I'm sure he would want that. Yeah. Well, I'm not paying $100,000 for fucking you not talking about the interesting part.
It wasn't $100,000. It was more than $100,000.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna spend that type of money and have that black hole, just be empty from that. Listen, when we interviewed Sammy the Bull, we paid a significant amount of money for that interview, and it took 2 years to put that interview together because they didn't want to do the interview we wanted to do.
Because you wanted to be able to ask him about every murder.
Yeah.
And he had done other interviews beforehand, though, but did you feel like they left a lot on the table?
Well,
I didn't watch any of his other ones. I watched yours.
No one did it in the way that I did it, right? And then even the day of, there was almost a walkout in the process because he didn't want to talk about a bunch of shit. His granddaughter was there. His granddaughter was sort of like the voice of reason that actually made all this happen. So shout out to Sammy's granddaughter, a very cool young lady. But it was like when we got down to it, the final compromise before we turned on the camera was we could talk about everything except for the murder of his brother-in-law, wife's brother, and the whole ecstasy bust in Arizona, which he had to do like for National Geographic to talk about that.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, I can live with that. I can live with excluding those 2 things, but everything else I'm asking about. And he answered. And the interview was huge. The full interview is always like in our trending list on, even months after, like millions and millions of people watching. Now that he's done other interviews, it's not the way I do it.
Right.
And my audience, and my thing was like, I'm going to give my audience what they expect from me.
Right.
And if it takes 2 years to negotiate that, it'll take 2 years to